Yo, you got Gowan McLean, the realtor, and the California licensed loan officer. I'm a real estate agent, 0202-3683. And I'm also a California licensed mortgage originator, 1517284. That's my NMLS number. Look me up. So look, I got my cousin in the building right now, uh, William Lewis Hadley, and he was just curious about buying properties and he looking to buy some real estate in the near future, and he want to help a few people out. He want to learn some stuff himself, some stuff he already knows, and at the same time he want to teach some people, make sure that some people that don't know that certain
Sure.
things, that how easy it is to buy a property.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shit, man, we just chilling whatever you got, man. It's all
Okay.
good.
So if I wanted to just buy a house, right? What's like? I know it's some key points you gotta hit before you can just buy a house, of course. So what kind of like credit score would I have to have starting off?
I mean, obviously, the better the credit score, the better the situation you'll be in. I mean, the
Hmm.
lower the interest rate and the lower your mortgage payment to be, and the less money you're gonna end up paying overall during the course of the loan. So,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
And what's interest rate for those who don't know?
Interest rate is just a certain number that the lenders attach to basically prove how much you're going to end up having to pay. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically the interest rate is based around your credit score,
Hmm.
mainly specifically with conventional loans.
Okay.
So if you got a low credit score, you're gonna have a high interest rate. Just like
Gotcha.
when you financing a car. When
Hmm.
you financing a car, you know how it is. They tax you if you got the people that got low credit scores going to paying more.
Right. Right.
But
Okay. So.
at the
Uh,
lowest, at the very lowest, you can have I say like a 580 if you want to put down like a low amount, like 3% or 3.5%. You got to at least have a 580 credit score.
okay. Okay. So 580 credit score, and so what do on my do what I have to like have a history of a long loan, or like just like a car payment with the car being on my credit, would that be good enough for, or what else besides just having a good credit what I need? A good credit score what I need.
So you would have to have some kind of experience paying something. So we usually like to see that you was paying on two trade lines for at least 12 months. So let's just
Okay.
say if you for people that don't have any kind of credit history,
Hmm.
we can still kind of use like their cell phone bill, like a Metro bill, AT&T or
Hmm.
something like that, or we can use like an insurance bill. But it got to be proof that they've been paying that bill for at least a year, because that
Okay.
shows that they can make payments. They can pay their bills.
Got you. And so when you being a real estate agent, what would after I have all those things on the checklist that I have to have, and I see the house I want, how does the loan go? How does that? Who do I talk to, or do I just go through you, or what?
Yeah, because I'm actually a loan officer too.
Mm,
So the loan officer is usually the first person you should stop with. Some
okay,
people stop with a real estate agent first, but it's best to check with your loan officer just to
right,
make sure, just to make sure what you can afford. Because some
right,
people think they can afford a $500,000 house, but when they come to me and I crunch all the numbers and check their debt to income ratio, I realize they can probably only afford a $400,000 house. So
okay,
it's best to check with a loan officer first. So that's the first step. Because the first thing I'm gonna do is run your credit. Once your credit is good enough, then we move to the next step. I analyze your income and we take it from there.
okay. And how long have you been a real estate agent? Like what and what made you get into that?
Really, it started off with me just really just want to be a real estate investor. Just want to invest in real estate.
Mm,
And at that time, I just real I just figured out that it would actually help me to get these licenses. So I was trying to figure out, should I get the loan officer license or the real estate license. But me being me, I was just like, let me just get both. I don't want to just get one. Let me just get both of them. So the loan officer license, I've been doing that since 2016.
Okay.
like 5.5 years. I've been licensed in California, and then the
Mm.
real estate license I ended up getting that like 2 years after that. So I've been having that like almost 4 years.
Okay. Yeah, I remember my pops. Rest in peace. He was a real estate agent. Worked for Keller Williams.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, in
Keller Williams
Atlanta.
is actually one of the biggest real estate, one of the biggest real estate brokers out here in California.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was in. He worked in the one in Atlanta. I went in the office, man. It was cool to see a all black real estate agent office. Like
Right,
everybody in there was black.
right.
Yeah.
That's big
It
right
was
there, man.
millionaires in there off of selling houses.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I think it's a big move. It's like a good decision to make for
Mm,
a lot of us, coming from the urban communities. It's
mm,
to actually be able to buy a piece of property. And I feel
mm.
like all of us need to do it at some point.
Okay.
It ain't for everybody, but I recommend that. That's my opinion. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. And quick question about the when it comes to property, do you got to go through the same process to buy land like you would if you was buying a house?
Pretty much, but it is actually a lot easier because you
Mm.
got people that selling land. They actually a lot of them people will finance it to you themselves.
Oh,
You
okay,
can get owner financing with the land a lot faster than you can a property, an actual house.
okay. And I was looking at something like where it has different ways to make money quick, and I see a lot of people flip houses and stuff like that. Do you know anything about that? Like any information how like people buy a house and then it's like and they fix it up and then resell it.
Yeah, man, that's actually like it's something good to get into flipping
Hmm.
houses, but you do got to know what you're doing. Like it can be a gamble at sometimes because
Hmm.
when you buy the property, you got to make sure that it's going to appreciate it's going to appraise for the amount that you're trying to get for it. So
Okay.
it's a lot of little things that go into it. But if you do it right, done right, people can be real lucrative in that
Gotcha.
industry. Flipping properties, definitely. Hmm.
Gotcha. And what's so I've been hearing about this. I see a lot of ads on Facebook and Instagram. First time homeowners.
Hmm.
What's like? Is it a certain deal you get, or like what? Like what's the difference between like what's the difference if somebody buying a home the second time versus the first time?
Right. You know what? It's crazy because it's not really too much of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you get a chance to put. So the main thing with being a first time homeowner,
Mm-hmm.
besides they do have different down payment assistance programs for you, the main thing is you can put down 3.5%, or you can put down 3%. So when
Oh,
you're
okay.
buying when you got a conventional loan, you're a first time home buyer, you can put down 3%. But if you already own a house, or this your second or third house you buying, you can't put down 3%. You got to put down at least 5%, and that's it only if you're living in the property. If you're living
Oh,
in the
okay.
property, you can put down 5% if you're not a first time home buyer. But if you're not living in the property, it's 20% down.
Okay. Ooh, 20. That's a
Yeah, for investors. So that's for investment property to where
yeah.
when you invest in something, that means you're trying to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
So the best way to make some money is to put down more, because your
Oh,
mortgage will
okay.
be lower and you won't have no mortgage insurance.
Gotcha.
So it definitely helps a lot to put down that 20% if you can in certain situations if you're an investor.
Okay.
But that's just how it is. Once you say you're not living in the house, it's
Mm-hmm.
20% down.
Okay. And so, quick question: a lot of people, like even my age or a little younger, that have good credit and just been responsible with everything, have good credit. Would you recommend them still to rent, or would you recommend them just to go ahead on and try to own?
I definitely recommend them to own, because I'm
Mm,
about ownership. So I recommend them to own. But you gotta this how it goes. If you're not ready to own, you gotta rent.
mm,
Everybody gotta stay somewhere.
yes.
So there ain't nothing wrong with renting. I rented for years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Still got a spot I'm renting. But now, besides that, it's like I recommend people own because there's so many benefits in it.
Gotcha.
It's so many benefits in actually owning your own property.
Mm. And does that boost and does that do good for your credit too once you have a property and a house on your credit?
So it's just like anything else on your credit. It can help your
Okay.
credit if you're paying it good, but if you're
Mm,
not paying it, it can tell you like
yeah.
it can tear your credit up. Especially if
Gotcha.
you over 30 days late or 60 days late, and that's a
Yeah,
whole nother. We're gonna do a whole nother segment on the credit because I'm also a credit specialist, and I'm give y'all some game on the credit too.
facts.
For sure,
Yes, sir.
man. Definitely. So yep, I'm definitely glad we was able to give them a little few pointers on the real
Yeah,
estate and buying a house, a first time house, home buyers or whatever. But we're gonna go off in depth about all the different categories about buying properties as far as credit, as far as your income, as far as your debt to income ratio, and things like that. So
for
just
sure.
stay tuned on the Critical Newz Podcast, and we'll be tapping back in with y'all soon. All right, one.